Yo, we live. We back. Episode 17. We 17 episodes in. Welcome to the Bounce and Blitz podcast. We're gonna have our crash out takes, but we also have some of our realistic takes. You got our boy Sam. We got the Knicks gear. He might be a little worried though, man. It's six now.
Word, man. We ain't
It's
worried
six,
about that,
man.
bro.
Jalen Brown and Derek White, like they ready to put on a cake. And then we
Okay.
got my boy Vosk. We're gonna say a salute to Derek Carr and that shoulder.
Hallelujah! I've been waiting for this.
oh, my bad. I should play some. I should play some Kirk Franklin. I thought I was going to play some sad music.
Boy,
Nah. You can play it on the world's smallest violin.
Oh,
Whatever you want to do.
oh, I got you. So for Derek Carr, man, it was a great career, man. You're gonna be missed in New Orleans. You're gonna be missed.
I don't know about that miss part.
All right.
that cap on.
All right, man. We got to start off the podcast with. We're gonna get to the playoffs. What did y'all think about that lottery?
That mug was rigged. I didn't think about it, but they seem to have a pattern whenever it's whenever somebody trades a player to the Lakers. I'm not throwing no collusion out there or whatever. But they just seem to have a pattern. Whenever the Lakers get a player, and that team is torn apart by the fan base, they seem to make it up for you
with a number one pick.
With the number one overall pick, no matter where you are in the draft. Because what was that? What was that?
Dallas was 11. They had a 1% chance.
1.4% chance.
Completely insane.
Yeah, they had a 1% chance. The Spurs had, out of the top 4 teams, the Spurs had the highest chances at 7%. And it was the 76ers at 3, which, 2 major markets and the Spurs.
Yeah.
Like, I think you a Dallas fan, you lost Luka, but you got Cooper. You got Cooper. You can pair him along with Anthony Davis. I think now you just need to get a point guard. Maybe you got to trade Daniel Gafford to get one because he's trying to ask for max. Well, I ain't gonna say max. Trying to ask for a pay raise. And you cooking with something. And Dallas could be back in the top 3 seed in the West. Top 4, top 3 seed next year. So do y'all think that, Dallas with Cooper Flag, with Anthony Davis, and a healthy Kyrie, is that a big 3?
No.
Nah.
I mean, we got to see what Cooper Flag can do, but I hate to say it, but out of the big 3, Cooper Flag is probably the most healthiest right now. I mean, let's be honest.
Exactly.
So it depends on how much they can play, and if Cooper Flag lives up to as much hype, which I think he will. He's a great player. I like him. So.
Yeah, I think Cooper Flag. To me, everybody's comparisons a little too. I like him as a Scottie Pippen. I think he's going to be a jack of all trades, do it all. Not defensively.
Okay.
Not defensively. More of the offensive side where I could put the ball in his hand. He could drive. He can create for himself. He can create for others. He won't necessarily be a 25, 28 point scorer. I think the low 20s, high 18, 19. He'll give you about 6, 5 assists and good defense.
Yeah.
I think that's what Dallas honestly needs to pair with Anthony Davis and Kyrie if he get it back healthy.
So my question is, don't they already got a bunch of bigs already?
They do. That's why I think Gafford's gone. I think if they stick and pick, Gafford's gone. Another person said, this is the scenario. If you were the Mavs, would you trade it?
No, they already came out, so they're not trading that pick. I wouldn't trade it.
I wouldn't trade it either. I mean, unless Giannis is walking in that door as a return, there ain't too much on the landscape that would even appease me.
Giannis, maybe
Booker.
Yeah, I was with Devin Booker.
I can't see it. If they do that, that fan base, as pissed as they are right now, I'm gonna be really
trade KD. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, they can't do that. I think you just need a fresh young man in there to kind of spark the excitement like Luka had in that arena. So
yeah,
you need somebody because you look at Dallas, all their picks gone. Like they traded all their picks to load up the team for Luka. They got the Lakers pick in 2029, and most of their picks have been traded off. So this is they kind of need the pick.
Yeah, they better stick with it.
But my Spurs, we didn't get number one. It sucks. We missed out on Cooper. But boy, that Giannis sweepstakes. We looking real good. We got the number 2 pick. We got Steph Castle. We got Sohan. We got a lot to offer the Bucks to go get Giannis and pair him along with Wemby and create the Twin Towers Part 2. So as
Giannis
Spurs,
said publicly he wanted to be traded yet, though. That's the question.
that's fine. But, and privately, we've heard Giannis wants to go to a state that, no state income taxes. So that leaves you
Texas.
Florida, Texas, and Tennessee. I don't see him going to Memphis with Ja.
No.
Miami don't got enough. My only competition in Texas is Houston.
I don't know. He kind of fits that Miami mold.
He fits
He
it.
does. Yeah.
But would you rather have number 2 pick Steph Castle or Tyler Hero?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even
I'm saying this, like the number 2 pick and Steph Castle, that's the start. I think the young player with the Spurs are probably going to end up being about 4 or 5 first round picks.
Easily.
My only question is, does the addition of Giannis hinder Wemby? That's all I would think so, man.
From a standpoint of Wemby's going to have to be more of a floor spacer when Giannis is on the floor.
Right. Yeah.
He's going to have to shoot the 3 more than be in the paint. But I think if you got a smart coach, he staggers the minutes. Well, okay, when Giannis is off, now it's Wemby time. Now it's Wemby. Okay, we're going to put you in the post. We're going to get you the mid-range shots. It would be an adjustment. And I think, honestly, because I was talking about this other day, I do think if you bring in Giannis, you have to keep Vassell. Vassell reminds me of Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
In a sense of he got the mid-range, he got the 3-point shot. I love Steph Castle, and I love Steph Castle's potential. But to me, if I'm the Bucks, either I'm getting Steph Castle, I'm getting the number 2 pick. I'm leaving one of those 2. I'm trying to get both, but I wouldn't blame the Spurs if they're stingy. I got to look at Steph Castle versus Dylan Harper.
Well, you have to survey the landscape too now because Houston very well could match your offer, and all it would take is Amen
or Al Sengun.
Yeah.
I think Amen, Sengun.
Amen or Sengun, and now you're looking at it being a wash at who can give the best assets at that point.
Yeah. Right. That's why I said us in Houston, if you get Amen Thompson, look, that's not even like Linus, I love you. I'm throwing you out of Milwaukee for Amen Thompson. I am for the get Amen Thompson. I'm for to surround him with 4 shooters. I'm gonna set up for the drive.
And I hate to say it, but with Greg Pop stepping down, Houston is, I guess if Giannis went to Houston, they know what he's getting. With the Spurs. Y'all kind of, living in limbo in the transition stage. But I think y'all be fine. But a little bit of uncertainty, just a little bit.
Yeah, I think with the Spurs right now, we got 2 routes. We could accelerate this with Giannis, or we can keep on the OKC route. We keep building, we keep getting the best players. Yeah. Eventually, the cream of the crop will rise. We might have to, trade somebody like how OKC did with Giddey. Well, okay, he no longer fits. Let's move this piece, get a good role player, but we got our stars. And if end of the summer I look up, okay, we got Dylan Harper, Steph Castle, De'Aaron Fox, Vassell, Keldon Johnson off the bench. To me, if we just add a wing, I think we're a playing team.
Oh, y'all could probably be more than a playing team, bro. I mean,
they'll be if unless there's a realignment, they'll be a playing team.
It's just the West, so it's so.
Y'all might be a strong playing team, though. But
they'll be.
The West is competitive. Yeah, the West.
West.
I mean,
West competitive.
For reference sake, Memphis was a playing team, and they damn near had 50 wins.
Which is
it's just the way it is.
Like the league needs a realignment. Like move Memphis.
Yeah, they do.
Like if the Spurs were out in the East, I'm gonna be honest with you. Out East, Wemby's a top 3 player in the Eastern Conference. Like, think about that.
Very lightly now.
Think about I'm saying Jason Tatum. No. Let's truly think about it. Jalen Brunson, Jason Tatum. After those 2, who?
No, you got a point.
Because think about it. Because Giannis is about to get moved to the West.
Giannis is going to the West. You take Wemby over. Let's see, Embiid would be next on my list.
Health.
I'm just saying. If they're on the court right now, Embiid impacts winning a lot more than Wemby does. Yeah, now.
In that 20 minutes. But after them 20 minutes when that knee give out.
Well, I mean, we're not arguing who's got the higher ceiling anymore. It's
I
unquestionably
mean,
Wemby. I'm just saying who's the best player right now.
Okay, all right. So let's say you say Joel Embiid. All right, let's keep going. Would you rather have Paolo?
Nah. It's spooky after that.
yeah, after that,
Maybe Jaylen Brown. Maybe Jaylen Brown. Maybe.
Nah, I rather have Paulo. I'll be
Nah.
honest with
Okay.
Yeah, Paulo coming up.
I would bring up. I don't think I should bring up any of the Cavs right now.
you. No. Yeah, after that wedding of the bed.
Man.
Okay, so you got Joel Embiid, Brunson, Tatum. I'm really trying to think out East. Who's the four?
I mean, if we going this year, Halliburton somewhere. But I mean, I agree with what you're saying though.
I love Halliburton. My thing
And
is,
if Halliburton goes to the
Eastern Conference Finals.
well, I mean, no, not the Eastern Conference Finals. If
Oh,
he
the
goes
finals.
to the finals
Then
this
yeah.
year, I want all the hate on him to stop.
If Halliburton goes
It
to the
ain't
finals
gonna
this year, I'm putting him above that Embiid.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's better than Embiid. He's top 3. Yeah, we can stop
Yeah,
with.
now we know what Embiid is when healthy.
Especially running the gauntlet that they did. It'll be Milwaukee
Mhm.
now, which Milwaukee don't have to feel as bad as they did because guess what? They did the
Cleveland
Cavs
got his
just as
hands
bad.
too.
Yeah,
Cleveland.
they did the Cavs just as bad. And if they come around, and not saying they will, I think the Knicks will give them a good fight this time around. But this is a team that they did dispatch last year pretty handily.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there was
last
some
year,
injuries in there that played some parts into that too.
Yeah, I think the Knicks, the Pacers play style, that high pace, the Knicks going to have to slow they're going to slow that game down
They like to slow it down.
because them boys, Cavs, let them boys move.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
the
they
Knicks
were
just
they
got
like
to
the
start
Phoenix
playing
Suns.
some of zone.
And
That'll be our
to
problem.
transition into it, Cleveland, them shooters, I maybe rated y'all a tad bit higher than y'all were. Oh boy, what's his name?
Allen or Mobley or Strus.
No, Strus. I think he shot maybe 24% for the whole series. I'm like,
he was 0 for 9. He
was 0 for 9 like yesterday.
Yeah, he went 0 for 9. He gonna text them in the group chat. Hey, if y'all don't believe, don't show up.
Oh, yeah, he went
Apparently, he didn't believe. He didn't show up.
Exactly.
If I'm the Cavs,
damn.
I love the season we have as a fan. Regular season wise,
we got to run it back.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I might trade some. I ain't gonna say I'm trading Donovan Mitchell, Garland, or Mobley.
Well, I mean, can you justify? Now, unfortunately for it, the only place you can look is the coach. But I'm like, I can't just punt on a 70-win team.
Coach is fine.
I mean,
I can't just punt on a 70-win team. Like maybe if you want to change,
they need number one. I think they need number one.
That's what Donovan was supposed to be, though.
I don't know if he could be there for a championship.
I mean, if it's me, you might gotta look at the training staff. Like so many injuries at that small point. Like I don't know. I mean, the team did great.
Donovan's got an injury history, and Garland's getting up there now.
Yeah,
Garland's starting to become Mobley. The only one that was really consistent, and he didn't have a bad series.
Yeah,
all in all, like he was one of the few
bright
ones that actually came and played and showed up. If you want to get rid of the role players, I'm all for it. Strus, like I said, Strus, the other guy,
DeAndre Hunter.
Hunter didn't show up. I mean,
they're gonna lose Ty Jerome in free agency because he's a free agent this year anyway.
Yeah, so I wouldn't punt on it. It's hard for me to punt on a 70-win team, especially considering that you do have injuries in your back pocket to say, okay, this is why it might not have been working.
Yeah, I think I would have to.
Hell of an excuse.
Like I would have to explore scenarios. Maybe it's like you said, role players, because there's a rumor they already called the Spurs asking for Keldon Johnson, asking to swap Hunter for Johnson, and they'll give us a pick. So they've already been rumored looking for role players. I just wonder, can Mitchell? And I ain't gonna lie, Terrence, I had the same question about Brunson until this series. I had the same questions about Brunson because a small guard outside of Stephen Curry lead you to a championship. Because we've only seen Steph Curry, Isaiah
It's,
Thomas.
yeah, it's just them two.
Yeah, just them two. Small guards usually historically can't be your number one. It's usually a wing or a big man.
Now I will say this:
Something
it is
about
Brunson
Villanova.
and Committee this time.
Oh yeah, it's Brunson. Oh no,
This time,
wing defenders.
yeah. Like I
For
will
sure.
say this: the Knicks played their cards right when they got the wins.
Yeah, got
I
the
agree.
wing.
I agree.
Cat, when he's not in foul trouble,
Is a dog.
it's just enough firepower to where it's not all on Brunson. So I will say it is more of a committee thing with the Knicks.
And Mitchell Robinson's
Right.
playing his ass off.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he is, and making free throws.
And yeah, he made free throws.
man.
Like I'm starting to look at Missoula. Like I'm starting to feel like we're gonna get to Boston. I'm starting to look at Missoula. If them threes ain't really falling, what is he calling?
Yeah,
No.
Like it's like I literally be like it's all Boston playbook is drive and kick or pick and roll, or not even pick and roll. It's pick, try to get Brunson in a one-on-one. Oh shoot, they don't switch. I try to get a three.
It's crazy because
yeah.
old boy from Houston, when he left, now they did still have it. They've been devolving backwards. Like they've slowly been relying on that 3-point shot. Like it used to be that they were really good. All of them were really good passers, and they would set each other up real well. Like they Tatum would obviously initiate it. He'd get his man to miss, and he'd catch them all in rotation, and that's how they would get their offense. Now it's literally pull up. Yeah, it's pull up ISO,
Right.
and if you take the cheese and you double Tatum, it's a 3.
Yep.
Which I will say this upon the Knicks. It's only two. It's two players on that team. I ain't leaving open. Peyton Pritchard and Derek White.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving them. But Al Horford, what John Legend said? Give me the green light. He got the green light to shoot his life away.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, Drew Holiday, cool, 32%. I'll live with it. Derek White, no. Peyton Pritchard, heck no.
Yeah,
I'm not letting him
cold,
shoot.
man.
And Jaylen Brown, I'm letting him shoot pull-ups. Like, because he's more devastating to me when he's driving or he's getting his mid-range. He's one of them players, and I just watched LeBron's podcast, and LeBron and Steve Nash explained the mid-range very well. He's one of them players, when Jaylen Brown's mid-range goes in, he has to see the ball go in, and then that 3 gets activated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he sees a couple mid-range goes, it gets into the flow of things.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that Boston dreadfully missed. The mid-range, is it an efficient shot? Yes. But some players needed to get in rhythm. Sometimes I feel like Tatum needs to get in rhythm.
Man, I've always been of the mindset, is it an inefficient shot? Yeah, kind of. But you can guarantee, if you can, like I always will say this, if the NBA player can come in there and just establish a mid-range game, it's always open. Like nobody guards anybody in the low mid post anymore.
Yeah,
DeMar
DeRozan made a career out of it.
You can get whatever you want. DeMar DeRozan won. Joker for sure. Like
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. You got all these players that instant bucket. Like it's instant easy offense.
Yeah, SGA kills
Sean
me.
Livingston too when he used to play.
Oh yeah, Sean Livingston.
Oh yeah.
I think with Boston, I did expect them to win Game 5. I thought just because I thought the Knicks were gonna see the championship spirit. They just lost Tatum. To me, if Tatum had that injury and they lost in Game 5, if I'm a Celtics GM, man, I gotta do some real soul searching right now. We don't got the championship spirit I thought we had. Now this Game 6, I think the Knicks will win.
Yeah,
and I think they'll
better not play around though.
Yeah, can't play. No, don't play around. Do not let Derek White get 9 more threes. Like I'm to the point where if I'm the Knicks, I'm treating Derek White like Curry. Like, bro, don't even look.
Yeah,
guard him.
This is obviously a must-win for the Knicks. I will say this to go back to your further topic about the GM. I don't even think he got to go that far. I think the owner. And remember, this is a new owner, and he's looking. He's not He's not too keen and looking at. He's in his words. I'm fine with paying an apron as long as we're bringing in championships.
Well, this ain't.
Yeah, this is far from a champion. This ain't even the Eastern Conference Finals.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if somehow, some way, Boston came back. They're not getting past the Pacers. The Pacers gonna run them. They're gonna run them around.
Yeah, not without Tatum.
Yeah, not without Tatum. It's gonna because they're gonna have to dogfight the Knicks to even win the series. They're gonna be so tired from that, and you're gonna have to face the Pacers, who like to run and who motivated because you beat them last year. Nah.
Yeah.
I agree.
SGG. But I think the Knicks win, and I do think we get a dang good Eastern Conference final. I think it's a 7-game series. I ain't finna lie to you, Chance.
No, I agree.
It's a 7-game series now. If Cat can stay out of foul trouble, y'all can win in 6. But Cat
in 6. I think the Pacers, just like last year when they eliminated us, they shoot so well. I forget when they played the Celtics, maybe the last game, the game before. They shot like 86% throughout like 2.5 quarters. Like, you can't do that and think you're going to. I mean, any team against them, they shooting that well.
It's over with. They was up 40 on Cleveland at half. I told him he thought I was lying. I'm like, they got 89 points at halftime, bro.
Yeah. So,
that's insane.
I mean, if they shoot like that, hey.
They be
I guess Cleveland. I don't know what it is. Cleveland thought they could outscore them. I just don't think that was ever a good idea.
Yeah.
The Pacers
for what it's worth, they had a 20-point lead on them in every game except one. They were up by 20 at one point every game except for one. So I'm like, the recipe's there. It's just, and part of this is why I've always sit there and, even when people are arguing, hey man, Donovan's in there. Donovan's limited by his size. He can't guard.
And then when you got him and Garland in the backcourt,
you're kind of cooked.
Versus Brunson, who his backcourt mate is Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Josh Hart. All three can guard. Josh Hart plays against power forwards. And Cat, I'll give Cat his credit. Cat guards, but sometimes he gets too aggressive.
Yeah. And that's our problem. Too much foul trouble. Like, too much foul trouble too early.
Cat do silly fouls. Like that push on KP last. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, man. It's killing us. It's killing us.
But Mitchell Robinson, I was wrong. Y'all was right for letting Havenstein go at that price. Mitchell Robinson has proved me wrong.
Exactly.
I will admit that was a good choice. Health wise, I thought Havenstein, could stay healthier, but seeing the impact he's making on the offensive boards and defensively, I love Havenstein. He ain't that good. He's good defensively. He's not.
He's not that good
in the paint.
He's not that good.
He's not contesting no shots right now. Jokic is having whatever he wants and Thanksgiving turkey over there in that other series.
Because Jalen, really, the best defender on him has been the backup center. Like Jalen Williams has given Jokic. And maybe that might be the move against Jokic, having like a Draymond, a short, more stocky guy that all I can do is contest. I can contest, but I can make sure he don't get post position.
Yeah.
But I think, speaking of the Jokic OKC prediction, our fellow mate Midnight ain't here, but I ain't gonna lie, my Nuggets choking. We had 2 fourth-quarter leads. And last game, the only person that showed up in the fourth was Jokic. And I'm starting to get to a point.
Well, so in fairness to Jamal Murray, that's the killer right there.
Take Michael Porter Jr. out. Like, my boy is building a house.
They might have been on to something in that last game they won, the last one they won. Where
put Westbrook in. At least he get a rebound. Like, Westbrook get a rebound. I'll take
I'd rather take Bron.
Hold up. If it's me, my final lineup is going to be, if I take Michael Porter Jr., if I need defense, Peyton Watson. If I need to push the pace, if I really need to push the pace on offensive rebounding, maybe Westbrook. It just depends on how the game going. Yeah. If Jokic and them already messing up with turnovers, I'm not going to add Westbrook to make it worse.
Yeah.
Right.
But if I got a solid lead,
and the fairness to the coach, he is coaching his tail off.
For a first-year coach, that zone stuff, I thought it was stupid when I first saw him. I'm like, why you zoning OKC? They're going to shoot you out of it. Nah, he getting them to overshoot and get out of rhythm.
Yeah.
And he recognized Jokic ain't a rim protector. So let me give him extra help in the middle for when they do drive. And it's been a good defense. It's just the fourth quarter. If I'm Denver's ownership, I'm looking at this team saying, 4 players safe: Braun, Jokic, Murray, Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon been the best player for them outside of Jokic in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like he's been Robert Ory clutch.
Yeah.
Outside of them 4, and I'll bring back Westbrook at that $1 million price. That's for 10, 10 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds at $1 million.
You're not hurting.
But Michael Porter Jr., you making $35 million, and you out here putting up triple singles. I understand you got a hurt shoulder. If you can't shoot the ball because of that shoulder, my God, get on the IR.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Because up to the point, I agree with this one Nuggets fan. I never thought I'd agree with this. If you were the Nuggets right now and the 76ers approach you saying, we'll give you PG for Michael Porter, I would take it. I would take it and run. I would take playoff P.
No.
I would take, at least he going to give me 14, Terrence.
If he not hurt.
If he over there podcasting, cool. But at least he going to be out.
At least he know when he hurt. Okay.
I know. Paul George, Kawhi, James Harden, we know when they hurt. They gonna let us know when they hurt. They ain't never sitting out games is never gonna be a problem for them.
Yeah, that would be my problem though.
Yeah.
How much is Devastation P making right now?
Devastation P is making 48.
Hell no, it's not even close.
You want to know how much Michael Porter's making 40?
Okay, I'll take that 40.
Yeah, at least he running up and down the court.
I'm saying the trade value is so bad. No, I'm saying the trade value is so bad for Michael Porter. Who can I trade him for that will take his $40 million contract?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, he is a wing that can shoot.
That's pretty rare in and of itself.
Or you know what? I thought about this. You the Celtics right now. You don't really want to pay KP. Do you try to get him Jokic a rim protector and another shooter? Do Kristaps Porzingis? It's not a bad.
I can see that depending on the price tag though. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, health is.
Porzingis is what you think Embiid is.
But worse.
Yeah,
I agree.
But when Porzingis is playing, because I mean he was a key contributor.
When he healthy, if I put him with Jokic, you double off Jokic to Porzingis.
Oh yeah, this ice cream.
Oh yeah, I just think you the Nuggets. You got to. I like what they got. Though. I like Murray, Aaron Gordon, Braun. Keep those 3.
Mm-hmm.
Westbrook, at the $1 million price, I ain't got a problem. I'll deal with them turnovers. You're only making $1 million. Look, it is what it is. You're cheap.
I think they need another
guard.
They need another guarding or shoot. I talked with the Pelicans about getting old boy back.
Getting old boy back or shoot the Cavaliers with DeAndre Hunter. I think he'd be a good fit.
You need a good cutter is what you would probably need.
Yeah, good cutter that could cut or shoot 3. Nothing you don't need. You don't need to be out here dribbling or pulling a Michael Porter where you try to get your ISO game like he back at the YMCA. But yeah, midnight right now, we ain't looking good. I got y'all winning. I ain't gonna lie to you. They playing now though, and just know we get to game 7. If we win, we got these melatonin, we got these Hamiltons on you on this podcast. We gonna crown you.
Oh yeah, we're gonna crown him.
Yeah,
because he gonna owe me some money too.
That boy said he gonna get double dip.
Money.
Double dip. What Deion Sanders said, must be the money.
Yeah, must be the money. All right, let's get to the NFL. Oh wait, I did want to bring up one more thing before we get to NFL. We got to play this for the Warriors. Sorry, man, y'all.
Congratulations, you played yourself. Congratulations,
Draymond. That was for you. That was
for Jimmy Butler. Very unpopular opinion, and my opinion was validated by what Anthony Edwards said in the post conference after the game. When somebody asked him, "How does it feel now that you beating Steph and Butler?" He paused. He's like, "Whoa, wait a minute. I ain't beat Steph."
Yeah, I beat Butler.
I'll take the Butler. I'm really upset about that. If Steph's there,
this is 7 games.
not only do I think it's a 7-game series, I think the Warriors win.
I do, but I'll say this: I'll
know
say this
about
with
that.
Anthony Edwards. And Anthony Edwards, I don't know if y'all saw this in the game, but Gary Payton was talking ish to him. And Anthony Edwards looked at him. He said, "You know what?" He said, "I know what y'all doing. Y'all trying to extend it to 6 to get Wardell back." He said, "I ain't finna let you get Wardell back." He said, "You not getting them back." He said, "I know what you're doing. You're trying to extend the series, G."
Yeah.
And he said that game 3. That right there told me Anthony Edwards was aware. He said, "Oh, he gone." He was like a shark. He
Sucks to
was like
be
a
out.
shark that smelled blood. And I'll say this with Draymond. I am disappointed in him with this. Randall got off.
Yeah,
Randall
right.
got busy. Like Randall got busy. And we used to seeing Draymond handle the Brons, handle the Jokic's. We never see nobody give Draymond. Julius Randle was giving them buckets.
How much of that is Draymond? Because now they're physically asking him to facilitate and all that.
Shoot the
Draymond
three.
just got wore down.
I'll give you
Like,
that.
like I
Well,
will
that's
say,
true.
this is one of the few times where Draymond looked old. He looked old. Once and you could visibly saw he got worse as the series got on.
I'll give you that.
With everything that they now had on his plate, because I've been honest with you, outside of Jimmy Butler, and we talk about Cleveland. If I'm Golden State, I'm looking very hard at these role players around because
I ain't gonna lie. Kaminga, I think he might have just outpriced himself for them. Like, because when Steph was gone, Kaminga was out there giving them 30 balls off the bench. And I'm looking at Steve Kerr. You couldn't incorporate him before Curry got hurt. You telling me when Curry and Butler off the floor, Kaminga can't run the show?
well, so the thing is, you got to think Kaminga was hurt most of the season, so he was out of rhythm. He didn't get his rhythm back until I think what was it, Game 7 against the Rockets.
That's
He
fair.
didn't get a he didn't establish a rhythm then until then. And then obviously for this series, I don't care how good he played.
Yeah,
Once Steph got gone, there's nobody carrying
it
that
would have took
torch.
Julius Randle not showing up.
Yeah,
Right.
you needed them to kind of fall in line because that team was vastly outgunned.
Yeah. Now I will say this. One thing, playoff Jimmy, I don't know if it exists no more. Jimmy might just be getting too old.
Oh, come on now. You can't say that from
Nah,
a
he
series,
he he
man.
pretty much said it himself after that Game 1 win. He basically sit there and said, "Man, we need Steph." That told me right then, oh, he ain't
Yeah,
got that
I
dog
Yeah,
mean,
in
that
him
let's
no
be
playoff, that
more.
honest.
playoff Jimmy. And maybe it
Hey,
got me
hey,
wondering, can you be playoff Jimmy in the East, but over here in the West, it
I mean,
don't.
well, and this won't be the first time we seen somebody, D'Angelo Russell. Well, the first time we see somebody go off in the East, establish himself as that guy, and come over to the West and like, oh man, this is
Role
different.
play.
This is a different league over here.
Now let's not take away from Anthony Edwards though. That man, his personal life may be in turmoil, but on that
Yeah,
court,
Hey man,
that
man,
man. I'm calling it now,
man,
Baby Jordan.
I
oh,
Baby
see it
Jordan.
now.
what we
I
doing?
see it now.
Baby
Hey,
Jordan. What does he do? All he does is he's knocking off the old regime one series at a time.
yeah, man.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I would have loved to
Last
see
year
him
he
knock off
wasn't.
Steph. Like I think it really would have invalidated if he knocked off Steph. But
Hmm.
injuries,
Yeah,
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah.
I do think I got a hot take, and I know Warriors fans ain't gonna like this. I think they're a little bit too old, and I don't
yeah,
know what to do. Like Steph and Draymond and Jimmy are only gonna be 1 year older next year. They're gonna make the playoffs, obviously,
Oh
but
yeah.
I just wonder the pieces they put around them. They're gonna eventually need somebody to step up, and I
right.
don't know if they're gonna bring back Kaminga because I could see a team. Let's say Brooklyn. Brooklyn needs something. They got all this money. You tell me Brooklyn can't throw $30 million at Kaminga, and you think the Warriors gonna take that?
So I would love to see Brooklyn don't seem to have the savvy or even the strategy to compile that they would need. They're probably going to be sitting out there on the fence looking at buy low, buy low, buy low
Till
until
we,
we get a yeah until
yeah,
we get a centerpiece piece. Now maybe there's no but nobody's bringing Kaminga in thinking I can he could be the best player on the team.
No, not unless you the Wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the Wizards, yeah, man, Kuminga gonna be dropping 25. He better than Poole.
Kuzma may say something different though.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Kuminga, it'll be interesting to see what his market is. If I'm the Warriors, if he's at 20 to 25, I'd match.
I'd match too.
Yeah,
If
if he gets
only to
past
just
that.
trade him.
But if you Kuminga, do you want to come back? Because let's be honest, Kirby playing with your minutes.
Yeah.
Kirby
at some point they gotta find out what they're gonna do with Steph Curry. I'm not saying market him now, but you're only getting older. You still got a lot more trade value.
I don't think
I
they
would
trade. I think
explore it.
Steph is that
I'm
time.
saying that Dallas thing has done taught me a couple things. If you thought Luka was bad, there'd be an
The Bay Area
absolute
fans won't act the fool.
that will be an absolute
If it was
bloodbath in Golden
me,
State.
I would put it out there just to see, but be like, just to see
Oh,
what
as
teams
soon as you
say.
see the fans up there about to throw picking,
You would have to
just
have
to see what the other NBA teams say, like what his trade value is, just to see.
Curry would have to be the first one saying I want out.
yeah, Curry, and I just couldn't imagine.
No, he's
Curry
not.
wouldn't do it.
He would.
Even though I know y'all gonna laugh at this. Apparently the Warriors, if Giannis is on trade block, they willing to offer Jimmy and 2 firsts.
Boy, Jimmy just can't catch a break.
I'm sitting here like
getting shipped around, bro.
I'm sitting here looking. First of all, I could throw Draymond ass out there first.
Yeah, Draymond.
I'll be honest with you. I want Jimmy more than I want Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond gonna bring
like Draymond. Yeah, Draymond's. You got antics with him. He's older. He's overpriced, and he don't got Curry to shield him.
Draymond's drama isn't worth his price tag anymore.
And I'm sitting there looking at the Golden State fans. I really think 2 firsts and Jimmy can outbeat with the Spurs, shit with the Mavs, with Houston. Hell, Memphis got something better than all.
Golden State got the hope nobody wants.
They gotta hope nobody. They gotta hope nobody step in. They gotta hope they get the Nico discount.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
I dare say Washington could put a better package around that team than Jimmy and 2 firsts.
I'm sitting here like I'm gonna take an overpriced Jimmy Butler. Granted, he back in the East, so maybe he can be Jimmy Jordan over here again. But still, it didn't make no sense to me. But I
agree.
But I think the Warriors, I think they make the playoffs next year. I just don't know if their championship window. I got to see what moves they make. This next summer is important. Do they punt the young bucks and go get some veterans, or
do only get away with that so long?
Yeah,
no, they need some young men, man. They need some young folks.
Yeah.
Maybe even get Poole back. Who knows?
I wouldn't hate it.
Not a Draymond.
I will say this though. I don't know if I think that was a lose trade. Just being honest.
Yeah.
What?
The Poole trade.
Yeah.
Poole, you would have thought Poole can sit there. He could have been up here jacking shots. Been Brad Beal Jr. putting up 30 balls on a sorry team. Nah, it didn't work out that way. I think Poole going back. The only problem is Draymond.
That's what I was about to say. I feel like Poole worked out, but he thought he was the man in Golden State at a point.
Yeah.
If you can talk to him and let him know, like, hey, man, you're just not the man. I really think it was the Draymond situation.
I'm hoping the fact that he got sent to purgatory is an eye opener for him now.
Right.
I mean, but let's be honest though. Poole in Golden State, he was a third splash brother. I ain't gonna say he was number 2, but he was a third splash brother. He was getting busy. Like Poole was getting busy on offense.
Yeah, he reminded me of young Harden with OKC.
Yeah, like he would come off the bench, getting to the money, getting to the bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so I just feel like
I think Draymond
situation.
To me, Draymond, I get he being cocky, whatever. He did just win his first ring, and don't act like Draymond was out here talking shit after that first ring. Knowing LeBron, knowing Kyrie Irving got hurt, and Kevin Love.
So there's the thing about you talk shit to the outside people. You don't want to be doing that to your teammates.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
and here's the thing: Draymond's always been protective of Steph. And where did this all start? Him talking with Steph and Clay, telling him Well, he's saying he was outright better than Clay. I mean, I guess you could argue that at that time, but I'm like, even still, you don't go in there and seem like you're just trying to put a fight up with the veterans.
Now I will say this: it depends. If I'm cooking them niggas at practice, if I'm cooking them niggas,
Yeah.
I got to right. If I'm cooking, if Clay guard me 1-on-1 and he can't hold me, hey man, you getting old, dog. I guess I'm a second splash brother. Now I say it jokingly though. I wouldn't be a nigga about it, but now Draymond, I do think I ain't gonna lie. What Jordan Poole said to Draymond said, man, you know Curry, he backpack your ass. Curry ain't over that backpack your ass. We over cooking y'all. I'm like, he not lying. Draymond took that person.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one you don't go with.
But you gotta think though. The number one shit talking. You think I can talk shit to Draymond? He ain't gonna get in his feelings. That boy got.
Have you seen Draymond has been consistently known as hit first, talk later.
Explain yourself later.
Exactly. My boy, he's done hit people in the unmentionables. He's done sucker punch, roundhouse sucker punch players. I mean, what do you
remember when he stepped on your
supporters? The curve stomp like he was in G.I. Joe or whatever it is.
Oh, can't forget about this. Y'all know what song will be Draymond's anthem, right?
I know.
I go and say it. I feel like slapping a ninja today.
Man, bro. Hey, if there's one thing Jordan Poole learned through that situation, you might be cooking, but you gonna get smoked. Man, got smoked.
I think if on the Warriors, if I do think about trading for Poole, because I don't think it's a bad idea.
Nah.
If I would call him though, I would call his agent. Hey, can me and you get Draymond? Can we get you and Draymond in the room to just settle this? Obviously, we think we need you back.
But does that boost his arrogance though? Now that's another thing though.
I think Poole being sent to purgatory, being sent to Washington, where careers go to die.
Mm-hmm. And realize he's not all that anyway.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the draft, I did want to bring up one thing. I'm sorry for Utah, Washington, all you taking teams. It don't work, man. It don't work. The NBA wants you to be mid now. Apparently, if you mid, you can get the number one pick. If you ass, you get number 5, number 7 pick at minimum. I feel like the NBA. I did want to bring this up. Those are middle finger to the small market teams.
I can't say that because back to my take about if you trade the Lakers a pick, you get blessed with the number one. The Pelicans were the rightful victims of that twice now. They got Zion. Anthony Davis the first time, and then Zion the second time. Mm-hmm. So it's not about giving the middle finger to. It's like they want to reward teams that aren't actively out here tanking.
That's true.
And I just feel like, okay, if I got the number one odds, I can't even get a top 4 pick. I got
Nah, we're not gonna reward you. Build your team up like you're trying to win.
Yeah.
And then we might throw exactly. That's all they're asking.
Because I didn't notice that I looked at the odds. So if the top 3 seeds, so if you 1, 2, and 3, Utah, Charlotte, and all have a 50% chance to be 5, 6, and 7. Mm-hmm. And they have a 50% chance to be in the top 4. I'm like, oh, so it's more likely you're gonna be a top 5, you're gonna be number 5 than you ought to be in the top 4.
Oh,
and more likely that you're gonna be number 6 if you. And I'm sitting here like, the way they juice these odds, and I hate to say a small market, blame the 76ers, blame Sam Hinkie, blame the process.
Yeah.
If he didn't spam the tanking 3, 4 years in a row, Utah might have Cooper Flag. He might be going to the place where everybody thought he was going to go.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, y'all not going to get Cooper Flag. Y'all going to have to settle for VJ Edgecombe. Y'all going to have to settle for
Lord.
Kenny. I like Edgecombe.
I ain't even done no research on him yet.
No, I ain't gonna lie. He if he go to the right team and they can nurture him, he could be Anthony Edwards type. Anthony Edwards, Victor Oladipo. Anthony Edwards is the ceiling. Victor Oladipo is midway. Orlando, Victor Oladipo.
I was about to say, okay.
Yeah, which one he?
Yeah, he's super athletic. I think a 40-inch vertical, can drive.
Okay.
Unlike Anthony Edwards, when Anthony came in at 220, he's at like 200 pounds right now. So he's not as
Okay,
built as
so
Anthony was. So Edgecombe,
now
if you get him at 5,
if you know Anthony Edwards, that wasn't built when he came in.
he was about 210. He was 220, but it was fat.
He was pretty
It was
chunky.
220, but it was Popeye's chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Which was even more impressive because I'm like, damn, you can do that off the Popeyes?
Yeah.
He's from Georgia, man. Georgia, Florida boys built different. We know. But I think Charlotte's at 4. I think Charlotte. If I'm Charlotte, I think about trading LaMelo. I just don't.
I've been saying that for a while now.
I think if we get to that point where LaMelo is he a Brad Beal where he could put up these. I think you need to put him in a winning culture around a winning team. His stats might not be the same, but he could actually start having winningful impact.
Yeah.
And just maybe build around Brandon Miller. Maybe you draft the Edgecombe to go with him and you just keep it pushing and get picks. Utah, best player available. Who was number 6? Washington, best player available. Just take the best player. Don't care about the fit. Pelicans, I think y'all should trade.
Yeah. Somebody said that in a perfect world, we trade y'all our pick for
Vassell or Keldon Johnson.
I think it was Johnson. It might have been Vassell. It might have been Vassell. It was one of them. Trade that. That way you have the number 1. Well, yeah, the number 1 and the number 7 to leverage for Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate that. And plus, I think y'all need a veteran to, try to push for the play-in with how tough the West is. But
yeah.
I had to mention that before we get in the NFL, just the thoughts on some of these smaller market teams. And, Utah, I ain't realized this. All the picks that you got from Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert trade are gone.
Yeah.
So they tanked all them years and still have not got a superstar. They got Laurie Markkinen and Walker Kessler.
Let this be a cautionary tale about how hard it is. They say, oh, it's easy. Once you get in that top 5, basically that lottery place, it's easy to find you something, a star or something. Let this be a cautionary tale about, no, you better know your stuff when it comes to drafting.
You better scout.
It's
easy for certain teams like Miami. We used to
or
the Spurs.
OKC.
Yeah, OKC. Because they get spotted. If I'm teams, I'm gonna start poaching scouts. I'm
what I would too.
Yeah, but one last thing about the draft. What was y'all thoughts on what Mike Greenberg said on Get Up, saying that other teams, other leagues should adopt the draft lottery process to discourage tanking? He was talking about football.
Hell no. I don't want that nowhere near football. First of all, football is such an ultra competitive sport that coaches get fired for. Yeah, coaches get fired for just having a bad game nowadays.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the NFL ever being uncompetitive.
Yeah, even remember who was it? Freak. He was the Texans. He was the Texans coach, and he won that last game.
Oh, Lovey
Smith. They were wanting Lovey Smith to tank that last game for the number 1 pick.
Like,
he said,
the hell you mean?
I'm going out on top.
Expose them to the players, saying, hey, they want me to tank for y'all. Shit, I'm here to get y'all to win. Yeah, exactly. Like I sit there and say, I love Lovey. Lovey will get you to run through a brick wall for him as a coach.
Yeah, some of these commentators, I don't get that mindset of saying it deters tanking, but I just had to ask that one. I don't want near football.
It works in basketball because basketball is such a star-driven league to where if you don't have one of them stars, it doesn't matter. Football, you could just have you a real, like we found that out with Philly. If you have you a real well-rounded team with a above-average quarterback,
you can win.
Yeah, you can win.
But on the football NFL schedule, have y'all had a chance to look at your team schedule to get a little thoughts? All right, we got railroaded. We don't got no back-to-back home games. None. We
But
literally.
all y'all toughest opponents are at home though too. So I mean,
Yeah.
Let me look at the
that,
schedule. We start off with Dallas,
That's a
Kansas City.
JV game in itself.
Well, hey.
With a new coach. Come on, man. That's messed
Dallas,
up.
hey, Dallas is never.
I'll say this. If y'all lose, it's panic time already. I'll be honest with you. Y'all lose to that coach.
I don't think we lose to them game one. No,
No.
usually, I don't know why Dallas always split with us. We usually lose when we go to play in Dallas.
Yeah.
But that one's in Philly.
Yeah.
I got the schedule
That's a
right here.
walk in the park.
Dallas, Kansas City, Rams, Buffalo.
Ooh, okay.
That's a tough stretch.
Yes.
They're all at home though.
Nope.
Wait, which one is that?
Kansas City is in Kansas City.
Okay.
My bad. Not Buffalo. My bad. Our number one nemesis, a team who whoops our ass every year, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At Tampa.
Okay.
I can't.
Hey,
I
y'all
don't
won
know
a
why
Super Bowl.
Baker
Y'all be
sees the
alright.
Eagles and he go 5 touchdowns. He don't play. Like I feel like Tampa see us on the schedule. Barbecue chicken.
Well, if I were y'all, the defense has to be the main selling point this year.
Right.
And then after the Buccaneers, Broncos. That ain't a sleepwalk. That ain't
Yeah,
easy.
Nah.
great game.
Yeah, 9. We should win that one, but I think they could be a sneaky solid team this year. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but I think Giants can win 7 to 8 games. That D line is something.
Yeah, the D line.
That D line is something
Yeah.
to look at because you got Thibodeau, you have Abdul Carter, you got Brian Burns, you got Dexter Lawrence. They drafted a DT in the second round. Like they starting to load up like they used to.
I'll do you one better. If that Giants D line is as dominant as I think they are, I think they overtake Washington for that wild card.
Okay, so you think Washington's the team that's gonna fall off this year?
Yeah.
Well,
Kind of
yeah,
like
sophomore
how
slump.
CJ Stroud is, except
Mhm.
he doesn't got the benefit of a good of an easy division to kind of help him out with.
And listen to this stretch. So that was the first half. The second half: Vikings, Giants, Packers, Lions, Cowboys,
Oh,
Bears,
they really got y'all. The
Chargers.
NFC North and AFC West.
Yeah, Raiders. Okay, we got a little bye weekend. Then they treated Washington like Dallas this year. We got all of Washington games week 15, week 18.
Wait, they gave y'all the Raiders what game?
They gave us the Raiders before Washington. We play Washington December
that's
20th.
That's downright
In a
diabolical.
3-week schedule, we got Washington, Bills, then back to Washington.
Oh, they did y'all dirty, actually. Yeah,
They gave us
actually
no
did.
back-to-back home games. I'm sitting there like, okay, I understand the tough schedule. We're a Super Bowl winner.
Heavy is the I was about to say heavy is the head.
Yeah.
Where's the crown?
I was we knew who the opponents were gonna be, but you couldn't give me no back-to-back home game or a little home game stretch.
No, they gave you the Patrick Mahomes sweepstakes.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Then it makes you mad when you look at Pat Mahomes in their schedule.
They got a week
Let's
schedule.
pull up Kansas City schedule. So week 1, Kansas City got Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Ravens, Jaguars, Lions.
That's not easy though.
Raiders,
So
Commanders,
might be all right.
Bills. And my problem is they gave them a 3 to 4 game home stretch.
Yeah.
But I think Eagles, looking at this schedule, look at how they set us up, I think 11. I think 11 wins, maybe 10, 12. Saquon got to rush for 2K.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah, again. And so, 12, 13, he got to rush for 2. We got to be running the ball again. But I think new offense coordinator is going to be an adjustment. I think 11 wins. Do I think we still win the East?
Yeah.
I think yes. I don't think it's going to be Washington, though. I don't think Washington's going to be the number one competitor, as everybody think they are. I think I ain't going to lie. I think Dallas. I think that I'm going to be honest with you. Michael's back. Dak's back. This is regular season. Think about it. It's regular season.
Oh boy.
And Dallas has a 4-play schedule. What does Dallas do when they have 4-play schedule, Losky?
No, when they beating up
11,
on
12 win
bums.
team. Yeah, feast on ball.
I
Let's go look at
mean,
the schedule real quick because last time I checked, they still got to play the AFC West and NFC North too.
I just
And
can't see
last
with
time I
that coach,
checked, that
man.
there's not that many bums in either. There's no bums in the NFC North. All those games are gonna be dogfights.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so here's Dallas schedule. Eagles, okay, that's L.
Okay.
Cowboys and Giants. Cowboys been whooping the Giants' ass for a while. Let's
Yeah,
keep it.
yeah. Let's keep it
The
a buck.
Bears, that's a
Gotta
tough
give
game.
me.
Gotta give me. Packers, not a gimme. Jets,
Man, they really did throw them to the bottom there.
yeah,
The
Jets.
Jets, yeah,
No,
that's a
watch this,
win.
watch this. Jets, Panthers. Okay,
Oh
you
my
got the
lord.
Commanders. You got the Commanders. You got the Broncos. But then you go to the Cardinals, Raiders. Let me
Damn.
see. Cardinals,
That is a
Raiders.
good
Come back
schedule.
to Philly. Okay, looking at this schedule. Okay, so here's what they did with Dallas' schedule. So actually, I'm gonna take mine back. Dallas is gonna start off hot.
As
Dallas is
always.
gonna start off hot this February. But that back half of the schedule, listen to this: Eagles, Chiefs,
Yeah.
Lions,
Yeah,
Vikings,
that's what I was thinking.
Chargers, Commanders, and you finish with the Giants. But that back half, that's their schedule is brutal.
That smells like 1-4 to me.
Yeah. So 11 wins might win the East this year. I'm just looking at these schedules. 11 wins might win it. But have y'all had a chance to look at y'all team schedule?
Yeah, I looked at mine.
What do you think, Terrence? How many wins you thinking? You know, being optimistic.
8. Hey, I take 8. I would take right over 500. Be honest with you.
I got a hot
8 or
take.
9.
I think I ain't gonna say it's a hot take. I think San Fran come back strong. They got the
No,
weakest.
I don't think
They got the weakest schedule in NFL.
Well, yeah, for their schedule, they can't come back strong.
Yeah.
But, I think they.
This is
I
also the
really,
weakest
yeah,
49ers team they've had in a
yeah,
while
they-
too.
Defensively, I'll give you
and
that.
offensively.
Yeah,
Any injuries and
well,
stuff like that.
Debo
Yeah,
might be an addition by subtraction.
don't you do that addition by subtraction. I knew you were gonna say it. I'm like,
Hey man, that man can't get off man coverage to save his life.
That's fair. That's fair.
But Bosky, now that Derek Carr gone, you got that boy Young Shoke.
oh, we
Hey,
got a
y'all
good.
got a
We got
big
the
quarterback committee,
freshest.
bro.
We going to win all of 3 games.
Oh God.
Like, no offense. I'm
Even with the
hoping that the
defense?
rookie. I'm hoping that, man. What that defense is ravaged. It's on the back end. Like
You got
we're
Honey
gonna be.
Badge, you got
We're gonna be.
Demario, Chase Young.
We're gonna be
Cam
good.
Jordan.
You know what you said? You told
Oh,
me straight 30-year-olds. Some of them in their mid-30s.
Breesy, you got Brian Breesy. That's a young bull.
That's the one young buck.
Chase Young still young, like
I
27.
have no illusions. Chase Young's also been injury prone too.
oh,
He didn't play a
Uh,
full season
got
last
Kool-Aid.
year.
Can't forget about Kool-Aid. That boy getting all the sponsors.
McKenzie.
Yeah, Kool-Aid, man.
Come
That
on,
boy
man.
getting all the sponsors. He a fan favorite just for his jersey.
So you don't think top 10 defense this year?
I
mean, that's
think
what
it
y'all
could be.
usually
I
project.
actually think it is a top 15 defense. All in. I know I joking kid. I do think this defense is good enough to get top 15. I just think the offense is.
Yes,
I'll sit here and argue it's worse than what it was with Dennis Allen.
Yeah, because you don't got Derek Carr.
You don't have a let's face it, Rattler. It's right now is Rattler and Showa or whatever his name is.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'm hoping the rookie gets it because I know what Rattler is.
Well,
Yeah.
Everybody in the
say this,
league
though.
knows what Rattler is.
Which rookie?
People count Rattler out. I mean, I know Rattler. He did have some flashes last year. He was
No,
a
I'm not
rookie.
counting him out. I think he's actually a solid quarterback. I'm just the way our old line is constructed right now. I don't
Got you.
think
He won't be good. I get what you're saying. He needs
he
some
needs time.
Jalen Hurts special. He needs some lifting up around him.
He's Kirk Cousins.
Okay. If I got the weapons, I got the old line, I can cook.
Yeah. If I got the old line, the protection mostly, and we got good weapons, that's not a problem. But if the protection's not there, he's gonna give you 2.
Yeah.
Do you think if Scope get put out there, Do you just honestly looking at his film? Do you think he'll be good, or do you think y'all be back in the quarterback market in a year?
We'll be back in the quarterback market in a year. I just think this is either right now, the way I was looking at the dude's tape, I'm like, this could either be Jabbo 30 for 30 all over again, or this could be something worse.
Will Levis, Carson Wentz?
What about their
I ain't
left-handed
gonna go
quarterback?
Will Levis yet.
What about their rookie left-handed quarterback? He decent.
What about Hayner? Yeah, the model.
Heener?
No, not him.
Heener's here to sell tickets. He is not a real quarterback.
Wait, I just thought about it. Do y'all still got Taysom on the roster? Throw him out. Throw him back at quarterback now that didn't sound like go.
Boy, Taysom is 32 years old, and we cut him, to be honest.
We did. Dang.
Oh, y'all cut him? Oh,
yeah.
Dang. No more Wildcat.
Well, I don't know. You know how we are. We like to
bring them back.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring people back. Bring them back.
But but next podcast we're gonna take a little deeper look. But we definitely gonna discuss the divisions, our division opinions, especially because some of us already got to crash our takes. We already seen some teams. Y'all already know one of mine. I got the Titans win the South. To be honest with you, I got the Titans win the South. Yeah, I do.
I got to crash.
I let the cat out bad on that.
That's that. Okay, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to set up a big board.
Somebody gonna have to go from worst to first. It's always one team go from worst to first. It's always one.
I don't know why you thought Tennessee was gonna be that team.
That's the weakest division. That's the weakest
Where's
division.
the receivers at? Did they fix the receivers though?
They got Ridley. You got Calvin Ridley. You bought in 2 rookies. You're gonna be learning on the fly.
Oh, so we playing darts then. Hopes and dreams.
Yep.
Texas before.
So here's the thing. Indy don't got their quarterback.
Yeah.
And we know Anthony Richardson ain't game. So Daniel Jones, come on. So we're gonna slide them out the way. Jacksonville, Travis Hunter's nice. That's cool. Is he enough to make Sunshine look nice?
A little bit.
Now, Jacksonville could be the team that mess up my whole prediction. They win the division.
Yeah,
I think Houston comes down a little bit. I think
Houston coming down.
You think what 9 wins?
I still think they're 9-win team.
Yeah, they're 9 wins. Their division.
Yeah, that division's too bad for them. Like if everybody's gonna be passing on that body known as Indianapolis, if everybody's passing on that, I don't think there's a legit chance for Houston to go any lower than 9.
Yeah. And my other crash out there, Midnight gonna love this one. Mike T, God. You finally going under 500.
Under 500. That was gonna be my take too.
Oh no, unless Vasquez, until I see A-Rod go through the door, they going under.
Yeah, they going
until I see A-Rod. Until I see
this
A-Rod.
This would be the year Mike T get fired.
Oh dang! Oh,
500. It is under 500 for sure. It's under 500.
I do think that's the only thing that's keeping them in Pittsburgh right now.
Yep.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. Would you fire the GM before you fire Mike T though? Because some of this is on the GM.
Some of that's on the who's going off of the word of Mike T. Mike T was the one who suggested Pickens.
No, yep, that's true.
Mike T was the one.
Mike T has a lot of control. Yeah.
Oh, did you see Mike T say we got to trade Pickens? It was Mike T that was the one that pushed for them to trade Pickens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot when you as a head coach is starting making calls in the front office. That's the fastest way to get fired.
That's true.
So as you start thinking you can make those type calls and not think you're gonna get any kind of Chip Kelly's the one. Who else was it?
Bill and then when he was
Bill O'Brien. Yeah, that's what.
Bill O'Brien too. When he traded away DeAndre Hopkins for David.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking about in my head. And when you start making them kind of calls, you gotta go. You gotta go if it don't turn around.
Yeah, but we gonna be out of here, y'all, and we appreciate y'all. But next week we definitely gonna discuss the divisions, our thoughts. Midnight gonna be back, and he definitely gonna defend that Steeler take. Mike T gonna always be over 500 in his eyes, but until old man Rodgers walk through that door,
you better hope A-Rod come in there.
That's a 6-win team.
I ain't even gonna say
Will Howard.
Man, if they throw out Will Howard, you know what? I'm gonna look at Midnight and say this: only way y'all get into the playoffs, Will Howard's going to have to be the next Purdy.
At least.
If he's Purdy, I owe you an apology. I'll give you $10.
They should have kept Pickens for that. It might be. I'm just saying. If you got two great receivers, man.
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I'm not gonna lie. They should have kept Fields. They should have kept Fields.
Yeah.
I would have kept Fields. Like, Fields.
Yeah, Fields felt disrespected. I already knew what that was.
I mean, he shouldn't have lost that job to Russell Wilson. Let's be
offense.
But yeah, y'all, we gonna holler at y'all. We gonna debate another time, but appreciate y'all.
We're ending it tomorrow, Saturday. One day.
Next and 6. We gonna see.